Hi, and welcome to another drawing episode of INKroverts. This time we're doing a drawing of Arthur Fleck from the new Joker movie. I realised that it's been months since I updated. I now plan to upload new episodes every week. Hopefully I can stick to that schedule, but actually I can. I'm fairly capable of drawing a piece of work every week, but before I will still draw, but whether the 80% or 90% mark, or sometimes 100%, I looked at the drawing and I had that sinking feeling that it's not good enough. Because it's not good enough, I didn't want to put it on the internet as if I'm proud of it, or of them actually. There are a lot of those drawings I'm not satisfied about, and that's a really huge problem for me, and I suppose for a lot of artists as well. I gave my own drawings a fail, then I didn't have content to upload, then I missed my schedule, and things fell apart like the domino effect. So during these past months, I've been working my best effort to improve my skills. I've looked through tutorials and online classes, been practicing and sketching, and now I see improvement compared to how I did in the past. I'm happy about that, honestly, but the initial problem is still there. I still find faults in my drawings that I'm embarrassed about, and because of that I would hesitate about publicizing it. After a while of hesitation, the thing is completely off my mind and there will be no uploads at all in the end. So I learned that the problem is not entirely about my skills. It's also about my mentality. I've been procrastinating. My drawings aren't the best, and so what? People will have bad opinions about me and my skills, and so what? That's a good question. So what after that point? It's the fear of the unknown that held me back. So how about I go screw that, I'll just show it to people. And then I did. I challenged myself to post drawings every single day. To be precise, it's called the 100 Days Sketches Challenge or something like that, for 100 days. And anyway, I posted a lot of bad sketches on my own Instagram account. For those bad drawings, I'd look at them and I'd shake my head, oh geez, they look terrible. But that wasn't the point. The point was posting them and expose myself to my fears. I told myself that I've procrastinated for months. I should not go on like that anymore. And after those exercises, here we are, back at the usual schedule. Speaking of my experience in procrastinating, I want to share with you 6 steps of countering procrastinations for artists. And of course, I'm speaking completely out of my own experience. You don't have to agree. You can filter it if you want. I trust you're a very smart person. It's impossible for you to have the exact same experiences that I have, right? The first step is write down what's holding you back. Sometimes it's fear of the unknown, sometimes it's fear of what other people think, and writing them down is about knowing thy enemy. After you write them down, it'll be 100 times easier to counter them, because it's just inside your head. Your mind will keep expanding it. There'll be more abstract thoughts, but they're abstracts. They're not practical. And writing them down helps you understand exactly what you're afraid of, and you'll know how to solve those problems. The second step is to keep your tools close. Imagine you have to unlock 10 safes to get your pencil, then climb a ladder to the attic to look for a piece of paper. Even if you are extremely motivated, how long can you really put up with this? Next, imagine every time you wake up, you see a tray table on your bed. On your table there are pencils, papers, erasers and some brushes and colors lined up neatly for you, and you don't even need to get off the bed to draw. Will you decide to draw or push away the table so you can do something else? It's very simple actually, just try it. Organize your desk, throw away the junk, and place the most needed drawing tools on your desk. And step 3 is break down to small goals. Sometimes artists like to start a big project. After a few hours of attention, their mind will start to drift. You will get tired, you will get exhausted, you don't have unlimited energy. So the trick here is to make your brain think as if you've accomplished the work quickly. If it feels fast progress, it gives you more dopamine and you feel happier and you'll have more motivation to carry on to the next task, right? Let's take the comic example. You can break it down to quick draft, and then there's line art and coloring and shading and putting in the dialogue bubbles, right? There are a lot of tasks there. Each time you finish a task, you tick it and you'll feel happier instead of the whole task being make a comic. It feels endless. And then step 4 is to make a schedule and stick to it. Overly enthusiastic artists often force themselves to keep drawing and drawing. At one moment they'll feel very motivated and they would think that they can draw 8 hours a day. Some relaxed artists would tell themselves, I worked very hard today, I can take 1 to 2 days off, I deserve it. And those 1 to 2 days off are spontaneous. Just how do we know whether the rest period is too long or too short? The answer is you already know. You would know exactly what you are capable of yourself. You just let your mood determine your schedule. Don't let your mood determine your schedule. Your mood changes. It's irregular, it's unpredictable, it's prone to constant change. 1 minute you feel you can tackle all the tasks today. After lunch you get a food coma and you decide to sleep for the rest of the day. So set your schedule from the beginning. Maybe I can work 1 hour every day. I can draw 1 hour every day. And stick to it. Don't overestimate yourself and don't underestimate yourself. Okay, step 5 is reward yourself. A lot of people believe the contentment or the happiness of finishing project is reward enough. I finished one stuff, I feel happy, and that's reward, right? I don't have to buy myself anything. It's too expensive in the long term. I used to think so. I used to agree just happiness is enough. And I set up another project, and I think the same way, right? Happiness is enough. And then the adrenaline lasted for a few days, and I began to question, why should I work so hard? The contentment of reaching a goal will eventually lose its appeal, and after it loses appeal, you will fall back to procrastinating. Think of video games. When a gamer finishes a level, the game doesn't say, well, you already passed a level, you should be happy enough, you don't need the extra weapon, you don't need the treasure chest, right? Of course not. It isn't how that works. The player will feel discouraged. A reward is special. It's like a present you give yourself after you work hard. You can give yourself some me time, watch a movie, etc. It can be fun and healthy. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it, and you can keep yourself going. The last step is to keep records. I keep records using a traditional journal. I have a little book of my own and I would note down, did I draw, did I journal, did I do something, and you can use an Excel file if you want. You can use Google Doc. Just keep some records. Let me tell you a story. I like to jog at night, but it took me a long time to form a habit of jogging. And a year ago, I was trying to jog as much as 5 times a week, but because of schoolwork and some other things, I had to work late sometimes. And when I looked at the clock, I decided maybe I should jog another night, not tonight. And days passed, and I felt I didn't keep up with my goal, and I lost motivation and dropped the thing entirely. And what I didn't notice was I only missed 3 days or 4 days maybe. I didn't match my goals exactly, but it's still not a big problem. But my mind felt as if I've missed so long. Our minds aren't reliable to keep track of everything, right? It's just like financial records. We can't expect our brains to remember exactly how much we spend. And they only feel we're spending too much or too little, and often they're not reliable. And for drawing, it's also healthy to keep records, like how many hours you've drawn, how much you improved, anything that'll keep you motivated, and you can look back at the journal to see how long you've been working on something. And that's about it. The most important thing is to take action, right? Those 6 steps, you can know about it, you can think about it, but if you don't take action, you're still procrastinating, like I was procrastinating. And before I wrap it up, I want to invite you to visit my new website. We also update once a week there, but instead of drawing videos, we have articles for artist motivation and some reviews about online courses and art tools. You can check out by going to INKroverts.com, or you can click the link on the top right corner over there or in the description. The website is fairly new, so we appreciate it if you show us some support. That's about all of it for this video. Here's the full look of the sketch. It's, again, Arthur Fleck from Joker the movie. Lovely character. See you next time.